India is now overtaken the UK in being the 5th largest economy on the global list. What do you think about that? It's something to be celebrated, right?
I heard somebody make an observation that the last time this happened was before the British invaded. At that time, India was leading Britain in terms of GDP. And so, it's taken us a bit of time to get back there. It's nice that that's happened. It shows a trend. And it really also, I think, fires a shot across the bows of those who have been criticizing the BJP and particularly Prime Minister Modi, because despite the global recession, despite the problems in all sorts of health-related areas, the COVID pandemic, and other issues, despite all of that, India's GDP has been steadily increasing. The other nations have been steadily decreasing. And I think one of the headlines I saw, which was that Britain has slipped beneath India in the rankings, it also tells a story. Britain is not surging forward with its GDP and economic growth, and India has been. Those two factors have combined, I think, to cause this to happen. But before we get too happy, if you have a look at the per capita GDP, then that's a different kettle of fish. And we have a long way to go to catch up there. One of the other things that's visible underneath the statistics, though, is that Britain's wealth gap has dramatically widened, whereas India's Bharat's wealth gap has dramatically decreased. And so that is another pointer that the trend is moving in the right direction in India and the wrong direction in the United Kingdom. We have a lot of work to do here in the United Kingdom.
So hopefully a new world in a better place for the whole world to see that India is really up and coming, using its ethical dharmic values, not based on human suffering. And this is something that really needs to be promoted. India is contributing so much positivity to the globe. People have to take heed, especially bumping up to number 5. It's a fantastic achievement. And like you said, it's not per capita yet, because they do have a population of 1.2 billion, but there is now a narrower gap between the rich and the poor, as more people are getting educated, from poorer classes to middle class. They're going abroad. I was in Athens a couple of weeks ago, and we bumped into so many tourists from India. It's wonderful. The money is flowing and people are enjoying it, and they've worked hard for it. So it is wonderful to see.
One of the points that you've raised, and I think it's worth repeating, you said that there's a dharmic resurgence. And I think people forget that, in fact, the government is really the tail and not the dog. And an economy starts to expand and grow when the people become economically active. It's the efforts of individuals, each and every person in a community, beginning to become entrepreneurial, engaging in society, engaging in life, creating businesses, sending their children to schools, buying houses and everything else. That economic activity is actually really what represents an economy. And in India, there is a positive energy, which is palpable. You can detect it.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.